people look at you playing, and because you don't play at the net, they probably don't give a lot of thought to your position, but your position is one of the most demanding on the floor. I know that. And I'm sure you do too. So what is the secret to being successful in the back row?
I don't really know if I've figured out the secret yet, but I know that it's just about trusting each other and trusting the people back there with you, because, I mean, I can't do it all myself, and I know that no one else can do it themselves. And I think that it just comes with, being able to play a ball that you don't think you're ever going to get, or just moving for something, because you never know. And I think it just comes with people that are willing to do that too. And I think that's what Jewel has, is we all want to get that ball up. We all want to do that. So that's always a fun atmosphere to play back with.
Olivia, the other night we're doing the game, and it was an errant pass of some kind. You just threw your left hand up, and you managed to keep it in play. There can't be a thought behind that. That's got to be muscle memory, reaction, all that stuff, right?
Yeah, I've done it a few times in my time of playing volleyball. I also think it's just that I have the desire to get the ball over so bad and just to get it up, because I want my team to have that opportunity to keep playing and to not end the play and end the rally.
Olivia, a lot of people don't understand when they watch you play the game that there are really two major roles you have. One is back row digging during the rallies back and forth.
Yeah.
The other one is serve-receive passing.
Yes.
What's the difference between the two?
Well, serve-receive has a lot more pressure into it because it's the beginning of the play, and that first contact with the ball, it determines how the rally's going to go. If it's a great pass, then the rally can go really fast and we can get a great hit and a kill right off the bat. If it's not so much, then there's more likely for error, and so there's a lot more pressure to get that pass to your setter in order for your hitter to get that kill. For digging, it's more of just, let's just get this ball up and see what happens with it. As long as it doesn't touch the floor, it's good enough kind of sort of thing. And I think that's just where those two fall differently. Is serve-receive, you want to make it the best you can make it, and for digging, you're just I want to touch that ball.
Right. People watch the matches normally from the side, and they don't see the movement that ball takes in a serve as it's coming toward you. Can you kind of talk about that a little bit? What kind of movements do you normally see?
Most people in college like to float, because a float serve is so much harder to pass, because that ball can go anywhere in the entire gym. Sometimes you hit the ball just right and it soars out of bounds. Sometimes it doesn't even touch the net because it goes towards the floor. I've seen both happen. I've probably done both in my career. So that ball for a float serve is just so hard to judge of where it's going to go off your hand, and that's what a float serve is just so hard to judge. So
you would rather see somebody go back and do a tremendously hard jump serve right at you than a float serve right at you?
I would rather have a topspin, yes, because a topspin goes one direction. It may drop, but you know where that ball is going to go right off the hand.
Right.
You know if it's going to go short because it's not as hard driven. You know where it's going to go. Some float serves like to drop, and they like just to crash, and you have no idea until it starts to do it.
Yeah. My time in volleyball was back before hitting the net with the serve was legal. Yeah. Does that drive you crazy when it just touches the net and drops in front of you?
Oh yeah, that bugs me every time the ball hits the net, no matter what point in the play it's going, because you have to take that in consideration too. Of okay, I got lined up, and then an obstacle hits, and then it's like, okay, wait, I'm not lined up anymore. Readjustment, and so that's definitely a trick play when it does that.
In high school, did you play front row?
I sat a little bit, but that was my freshman year, and then I played libero the rest of my years.
Oh, you did? Okay,
I did.
So this is something you've been working at for quite a while.
Yes, I was originally a setter when I was 13 years old, and then I switched to libero from there. Libero.
You were telling me that in practice yesterday, your teammates came up with a name for you. What was that name?
I have a lot of names. I have Evie. I have EB, yes. Okay, I have no idea. So we were at Firehouse Subs, and the guy taking the orders just was not getting the names right. And so I said, my name's Olivia, and then the guy comes out and he goes, EB, and I was like, is that me?
It stands for every ball, because you get to every ball.
There you go. And so a lot of my teammates like to call me that. Okay. I have Little Red. I have Mama for the back row.
Mama of the back row is the one I was talking about.
Yeah, I have a lot of nicknames.
Okay, you're a sophomore. Do you take command of the back row? Is that your territory?
I want to be the person that everyone turns to. So if they have a question in the back row, I want them to be able to turn to me instead of having to ask the coaches. And if it's a simple question, I want to be able to help them answer it and to help them figure it out. And that's the role that I like to take on. But I also want to be the mama of the back row, because I want to know that someone believes in every single person. I have a freshman that I turn to and I say, hey, you can do this. I believe you're going to get this pass. And I think that's where that nickname comes from.
Right. Okay. Good. What are you doing in school?
I'm doing a lot of things in school.
As far as your major, I guess I was referring to.
I'm a double major with mathematics and psychology.
And what does that lead you to as a career?
Well, with mathematics, I want to be an actuarial scientist. And then for psychology, it's there just in case that does not work out. But I've also thought about being a counselor because I like helping people solve their problems and work out their stuff.
Are you active in school? I mean, athletics takes a lot of your time, obviously, but do you do other things?
I mean, I was part of the Emerging Leadership Conference. I think I'm sort of in the math club. I don't really know how, but I think that's the thing. And I'm part of Zeta to Alpha sorority. So other than that, my time usually is sprung by volleyball. So
would you take a moment or two and tell us about your family, please?
Yeah, my family is a pretty crazy family. I have two parents, obviously, and I have a brother and sister, and they all came to support me this last weekend, and that was a really nice surprise to see because sometimes it doesn't always work out, and so they support me with everything, and they've always been there for me, and it means a lot with going for the future and reaching the goals that I want to reach.
Where are you from?
I am from Wichita, Kansas.
And so how long of a drive is that for them?
For them, it's about 2 hours and 45 minutes because they speed. I didn't tell you that.
No.
And, but normally
there's
it's
a lot of things
3.
that have been revealed today.
Yes. But normally it's about 3.
Well, I'm sure they're very proud of you, and it's been a joy watching you play, and I look forward to seeing you and continued success. This season has been remarkable for you guys, and so I guess my final question is, where would you like your career to end up? Where does the team go from this point in the next 2 years?
Well, I would love for the team to make it to the conference because that is always, or like the tournament, because it's always been a big goal and everyone's always, there. And right now our goal is reaching 500 and we are so close, and I believe that we can do it this season. And so for future effort, I want them to be able to say, oh, that was 500. Oh, that's easy to get. I want them to be able to shooting for the 20 and 4, those kind of seasons where you're expected to win and you know that you can win, and I want that for my team.
Olivia, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with more after this.